Hey, Future Medics, Tina here, your medic mentor, and today we're talking about one of the classic meds for toxicology, activated charcoal. This is exactly what it sounds like. It is charcoal that has been specially cultivated to become a super fine powder that you can mix into a slurry and digest. So what it will do is it will bind to poisons in your GI tract. Think of it like a sponge for toxins. And it will bind, thus keeping those things from being able to absorb out into the bloodstream and into your body. And then it will just make its way through the GI tract as a toxic little bundle and out the back door. So when do we use this? Activated charcoal is useful in certain oral poisonings and ingestions. But there's a catch. Only if the substance that you've taken or your patient has taken is known to be absorbable and was taken recently, usually within 1 hour. So this isn't effective for things like alcohol, acids, metals like lithium, lead, iron, think of things like that. But it is useful in many medication overdoses. The typical dose is 1 gram a kg. So adult doses are usually around 50 to 100 grams. Now you're giving this orally, so it comes as that black powder and you'll mix it with water, making a black cup of slurry that your patient's gonna have to drink. Super not appetizing, but it could help them and save their life. The onset pretty immediate as soon as it hits the stomach, and the effects last as long as it takes to make its way out of the GI tract. But this one is not without its risks either. We worry heavily about aspiration, so we have to make sure that we're giving this to a patient who can protect their own airway. Side effects? Well, yeah, nausea, vomiting, mostly what we expect, but of course we're going to be super worried about that aspiration. Aspiration of activated charcoal can lead to severe pneumonia, so we're going to be very careful with these patients. Contraindications are going to be decreased level of consciousness because we can get that really bad aspiration. Okay. Also, ingestion of caustic things like metals and hydrocarbons, maybe acids, and active vomiting or GI upset. This isn't one that I've seen on the ambulance for quite some time, but if you work for a very rural service, you are probably much more likely to see it. So better to know it just in case you need it. Now here's your takeaway. Activated charcoal can be very helpful in an ingestion patient, but it's not without its risks. Timing is important and airway is always paramount. If you're ever in doubt, call medical control. But that's another one knocked out. You're doing so great in this series. I'll see you for the next one.